Hello and welcome. In this video, we will see what are static variables and what are temporary variables. So in the TI portal, it is very important to understand these variable types so that we can write clean and reliable PLC code. Now, let us start. So first we will understand what are static variables. So basically static variables, those are used only in FB. These static variables we cannot see in the OB or in the FC. So now let us add one FB here and let us add one FC. So if you see in the FC, we don't have any static variable, but in the FB we can see there is a static variable and temporary variable. So these temporary variables are available in the OB and in the FC. So these static variables are used only in FB, whereas temporary variables are used in FC or in OB. That is main difference. One more difference is there. So these static variables, those remember the value of static variables, it will be remembered throughout the PLC cycle or throughout the PLC scan cycle. Whereas the temporary variables, the value of the temporary variables are remembered only one PLC cycle. So this is the reason temporary variables are used only for calculation or to store temporary results. Whereas the static variables, those can be used for timers, counters, or any sequential operations. So now, so there is one more type of variable that is constant. So basically, usually those constants are not used much in the PLC code. So those constants cannot be, so value of this constant we cannot modify in the runtime of the PLC code. So now let's say we have some multiplication coefficient or some analog scaling constant. So those constant we can add under the constant section. So now here let us see. So let us open one FB. So here it is already open. So here what we will do, we will add some variable. Addition 1. So data type we will take real. And here we will add another variable. So now here what we will do, we will do some calculation so that we will understand the main difference between static and temporary. So addition 1 is equal to addition 1 plus 0.01. So here we will give static variable comment. So here addition 2 is equal to addition 2 plus 0.01. one temporary variable. So we have taken two variables. One is static variable, that is addition 1, and one is addition 2, that is under temporary variable. So one more difference between the static and temporary variable. So if you create the instance of this particular FB, so in the instance, these static variables, those will be available in the DB of that particular instance, whereas we there will not be any temporary variables in the DB of that particular instance. So now let us simulate this particular. So, so it is taking some time. So let us wait for PLC to go in the run mode. Click on connect and start the module. Click on finish. So now, okay, now what we will do, so this is function. So we don't require function at the moment. So what we will do, so in the OB, we will call this block. So here it is asking for instance of that particular block. So here we have not added any inputs, we have not added any output, or we have not added in the input and output, so that we don't have any peripherals to this block. Now what we will do, so this OB we need to download it again, and in the simulation we will see what is the result. Now if you see in the addition 1, so the value of addition 1, it is remembered after the PLC scan also, and again this same value it is used for addition. That is the reason the content or the value of the addition 1, it is continuously increasing, whereas the value of the addition 2, it is not increasing. The main reason is the value of addition 2 it becomes 0.01 here. The scan cycle ends here, and again it starts from row number 1, again it comes to the row number 2. Here this function or this instruction execute, again it comes to the 3, 4 and 5. So before coming to this 3 or 4, the value of the addition 2, it becomes 0, and again here it becomes 0.01, again it ends here, and the value of the addition 2 again becomes 0 here. So the value of the temporary variables, it will be remembered only for one PLC scan. Now let us add variables in the temporary to understand this in a deep way. So now here so addition 3, so we will copy the value of addition 2 in the addition 3, and here again addition 4, in the addition 4 we will, so now here if you download it and if you go to the run mode, so value of addition 3 it will be 0, and value of addition 4 it will be 0.01. And after this particular thing, when it starts, when the PLC scan starts from row number 1, the value of addition 2 it becomes a 0. So that is the reason the value of addition 3 will be 0 and value of addition 4 it will be 0.01. So now let us download. So if you see the value of addition 1, it is still counting. So value of addition 3, it is 0. So here it is doing calculation in the row 6, and again so this value it is there, the result is it is there in the addition 2, so this result is carried to addition 4. That is the reason the value of addition 4 is 0.04, 0.01. And when the scan time finishes this time and when it starts again from row number 1, the value of all temporary variables it becomes a 0. So that is the reason value of this addition 2 it is 0 here, and the value of addition 3, that is the reason value of addition 3 is 0 here. Whereas in the static variable it is still counting, that means the value of static variable it is remembered throughout the PLC scan time. So in this way we can use the static variable, dynamic variable and constant. So here constant we can use it, but we cannot change in the runtime. So if we have some fixed value, so where it will not be changed throughout the PLC programming till commissioning, then only we can use that constant. Now let us, I think, review. So in the static variable we cannot use it in the FC. we can use a temporary variable in the FC or FB. We can use the static variable in the FB. So it remember the value throughout the PLC scan static, whereas the temporary variable, it will be remembered only for one scan. After that scan, the value is erased. So a static variable, it is suitable to use for timer, counter, or any sequences, where for the temporary variables we cannot use that for timers, counters, or sequences. So for temporary calculation or to store the temporary result, it is better to use temporary variables. Anyway, we can use the static variable also, but it will increase the PLC program size and DB size. So I hope you understand the static variables or temporary variables. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.